Last J Radio Network. Just John and April here. We are guest hosting for our good buddy while he is away traveling.
Yes.
And this is always fun. Whenever we get the opportunity to do this, I'm always happy. Not because Lance is gone, because I love him. I think he does a great job.
He's great, yes.
But I do like to guest host for him.
You know, switching it up a bit for us.
Yeah. I get to wear my fitty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know.
You got your Yankee thing
got
on.
my Yankee shirt on,
Yeah.
even though I'm a Braves fan, number one, but this is number two. So.
You're a Yankees fan.
I'm a Yankees fan. I've always been a Yankees fan, though.
I know.
I have.
Yeah.
But I've always been a Braves fan first.
That's true. You are from Atlanta. That
I
is
am.
your spot. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I was there when they won the World Series, and I was watching, and it was amazing.
Was that 1995?
That was
96. I think you guys won in 95
No,
because I think the very next year,
no.
96, you had the Olympics.
Let me tell you something. You're right. It was.
Yeah. I think it was 95 y'all won, 96.
No, that's incorrect. Because we won
Let
when
me tell
I was
you how I know.
living. No,
Let me
we
tell you how
were
I know.
living in the Jefferson. So I know that it was.
Okay.
It
let
had to
me tell you
be-
why I know that it was 95. Because my Yankees won in 96.
It wasn't 95.
And again in 97.
It wasn't, babe.
You sure?
I'm telling you, because I was living in the other house.
I mean, you might be right. We'll check during the break, and
Okay.
we will let you
All
know
right.
who
We'll
won.
let you know who won.
Okay, y'all. So there's something that happened in the real world recently. Y'all know there are many places to get these subjects from. April and I, we do, relationship talk because we are relationship coaches. That's our thing.
Yeah.
And a big thing happened recently, just a couple weeks ago, actually, between Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown. Now, if you don't know who Tabitha Brown is, all you got to do is Google her.
Yeah, so Tabitha Brown started off, well, I don't know if this is how she started, but I know that
You became aware of her.
I became aware of her when she was tasting a salad from Whole Foods.
It was a sandwich, actually.
Oh, it was a sandwich, not a salad.
It was a tempeh something
It
sandwich.
was a tempeh sandwich from Whole Foods.
That's right.
And she, on Instagram,
Yeah.
she
went nuts over that
She
thing.
responded to this sandwich, thinking that it was, tempeh,
Yeah.
You're not thinking it's going to be good.
Right.
So she goes nuts over this sandwich, and her personality, she real country. Like, y'all know this thing is good.
She's real country.
She's real country. And
She's like country.
She's country. And I love country folk because that's where I'm from.
Right,
I'm from the country. So
exactly.
I love hearing that accent.
You
and I was
struggle
able to
every
relate.
episode not to let that accent come out.
I do. I am
Robert.
very. I make sure that I
Oh,
sound
brother.
professional
Whatever, man.
and that I'm not speaking
yourself,
with
girl.
that dialect.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Be
But
country.
anyway, anyway, so when she was talking, she was like, "Girl, oh my goodness, y'all, this thing is, oh my goodness." And so I was like, I love her
Right.
because that's my friend down the street. You know what I'm saying? So
She's like your spirit
Yes,
animal.
she
You're,
spirit animal, really?
she is
a spirit human.
She is, yeah, your spirit human.
Okay,
whatever they call
so
it.
after that, I was like, I love her. And so anyway, I think that's where she really got a lot of views.
That's when she
and
blew
a lot.
up to it.
That's when she blew up to it. Yes. And anyway, so she's big time as an influencer on Instagram, and I love her. But anyway, you all know Wendy Williams. Well,
Yes.
Tabitha, she and her husband have really been through a lot as she's been on this journey to try to really brand herself
Yes.
and all that stuff. And so
Yes.
now that she is at the point where she's big time.
She's
okay?
making a lot of money.
Making a lot of
doing her
money. She's doing
influencing.
her thing. She says, "Okay, babe," talking to her husband.
She did a post,
Okay.
first of all. She did
Yeah.
this post on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
saying that she's been waiting for this day for a long time and that she basically is giving her husband the gift of being able to retire from his job. He can
Yes.
retire from what he does, and she basically said she would take it
I
all
will take.
now.
Yes, I will be the one to support you now
So
because
Wendy
you supported
Williams,
me,
exactly.
which is beautiful.
Lovely.
Okay,
Hold on. I would love it if you do that for me. Anyway, so
I'm trying.
so Wendy Williams plays the clip on her show. And when she plays it, she basically says she doesn't think this is a good thing. And then she kind of talked about her own relationship and started giving examples of things that happened between her and her husband when
Right.
apparently she was trying to do the same thing for him, and now they're divorced, and that didn't work out.
She like went through the story as if Tabitha's story was exactly the same.
Correct.
She basically said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna come home, put down his bags, whatever she said."
She said something about him investing in the wrong things.
And it was
and
very,
losing money
it
and
was
stuff
very
like that.
specific.
It was very specific.
And it sounded like, this was an exact story that she went through, and she was putting it on Tabitha. Like
Yes.
that's what Tabitha. Matter of fact, she actually said that they weren't going to last.
She said
the
I would be
relationship would
surprised
not-
if their relationship lasts after this. And I was like, wow.
That was a bit much.
Wait.
Why would you not?
Now, first of all, this is all well within the parameters of Wendy Williams. This is how she is. This is what she's like all the time.
It wasn't surprising.
It was not surprising.
But
what was surprising was how good Tabitha's clapback was.
Oh.
Now, here's why it was so surprising.
That clapback was amazing.
It was beautiful because she did it without ever really clapping.
She didn't clap.
You see what I'm saying?
She did an underclap.
Yes.
She did a little underclap. Okay. No, she did a little finger snap. And
Right.
you didn't even realize it.
Right.
It was that quick
It
and
was
that
dope.
great.
So if you haven't seen it, you need to Google
You
that
need to
joint.
Google it
Yes.
because Tabitha came back with the whole thing of I will pray for you.
Yeah.
I see you
Yeah.
got issues,
Right.
and we all need to support each other. And it's just crazy because you would think that, not that you would think, Wendy Williams ain't supporting you because you did that. I get it.
No.
But you have to look at it because what happened was when she had her audience said, wanted them to clap, they didn't.
They weren't clapping.
They were not clapping.
They were
because
not feeling her.
They were not feeling
No.
her.
No.
I don't think she knew people knew Tabitha.
That's the first
Because
thing.
she said, how many of y'all know her? And
That's
a
the
lot of
first
people
thing.
clapped.
But I also think she just assumed people were going to vibe with her, and they didn't. So
Right.
here's what I really want to talk about
Mhm.
when we come back from break.
Okay.
What I want to know is, because what I think happened, and I want to know if you agree with me, what I think happened was I think that Wendy Williams was simply projecting. She was projecting her circumstances onto Tabitha's.
Yeah.
And she automatically assumed everything was going to be the same. She
Exactly.
basically pronounced that it was going to be exactly like hers,
Right.
which is crazy. So I want to talk about that.
And I don't even know if she knows Tabitha.
Well, what I want to know is, I want to know if you project and whether or not you think this is a thing that people do. Because I think people do this more than we think.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that when we come back from the break.
All
Was
right.
she projecting, and do you project?
Good one.
We'll be right back.
good.
Land State Radio Network, John and April. We have one thing that we want to tell you about. And this is something you can actually do starting even now.
And both of these things are free, by the way.
Yes, this is a free intimacy assessment. So maybe you're not sure where your intimacy levels are in your relationship. We've created our own assessment that you can take for free. All you have to do is go to yourtotalintimacy.com and you can take our free assessment there. This will tell you what level you're at, and it will explain it to you and everything. There's even a little video that tells you afterwards what your thing is. Now, if you do it, you have to do it with your spouse. So he or she has to do one as well.
You're doing it separately, but you both want to do it.
Exactly. And
the
reason you both want to do it is because your perception of what your intimacy is like is probably going to be different than what your spouse thinks.
Sometimes that happens.
It happens all the time.
Everything is,
So yourtotalintimacy.com, you can go there and take our free assessment and find out what your situation is like.
You are listening to the Lance J Radio Network.
Paragon 7 Studios.
Lance J Radio Network, John and April. We are here guest hosting for our good buddy.
Yes.
His real name is James.
That's how
his
we
name.
know it.
That's
James.
how we know.
Exactly.
Well, we'll call him Lance for this.
We'll call him
Lance
Lance.
J. Thanks again, buddy, for letting us do this. Let me just say, put on that timer real quick, babe.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Let me just say that I like being right.
I can't believe you're right.
I think everybody likes being right, but
I can't believe you're right.
you can believe it.
I just knew.
But
Because I remember where I was,
Yeah,
and I guess I wasn't where I thought I was.
your memory is really bad at this
My
age.
goodness. I remember saying, Braves win! Braves win!
All right,
Braves win! Braves win!
all right. So what year did that happen? What year did the
I
Braves
don't
win?
want to say.
Just say it.
was
The audience already knows.
95,
1995.
Like he said.
Who won in 1996?
Yankees against the Braves.
And who the Yankees beat?
I cannot believe the Braves.
The
I did not
Braves.
know the Braves got back.
Yeah, you guys went
96.
back to back. Now, first of all, y'all had an amazing pitching staff. Amazing. John Smoltz and Tom Glavine. I mean, y'all joint was like next level. But we really had a good squad that year. In fact, we won like 4 out of 5 years. I think we won in 96. We didn't win in 97. Then we won 98, 99, 2000. We won like 3 in a row. So it was just a bunch of championships that we had. So our squad was really good. Derek Jeter.
Yes, you did have a good
Mariano
squad.
Rivera as our closer.
Yes.
I mean, it was amazing. Anyway, the point is, I was right. That's
You were
okay.
right.
I already knew I was right.
But what I will say is I do remember that day. It was amazing. We went crazy. It was great. And it was a great experience for.
It was a great experience because you guys, that's the one pennant that you have. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
but say that.
Before we get into our question, because the question was, let's just, you know what? Let's go into that right now.
Okay.
The question was projecting. Do you think that Wendy Williams was projecting her situation onto, and let me just tell you what I think projecting is. This is my own definition.
Okay.
In my opinion, projecting is taking the circumstances of your relationship and like superimposing them onto somebody else's. That's what I think projecting is. So for me, what it felt like immediately was, and the specificity with which Wendy Williams spoke about Tabitha's situation is what really made me feel this way. She was way too specific about the circumstance. It almost felt like she was reliving her own marriage and her own issues.
Yeah.
And she began to project that onto Tabitha. That's what I think happened.
It definitely
what I want to know is, do you think that's what that was? And do you think that that's something that people do?
I think we do. I think it's like just in us, to do that, to project upon someone else what we've been through and to just say they're going through it the same way. Because especially if it was so traumatic for you. And I think it was for Wendy. You could tell by how she was
That's
talking.
what it felt like, babe.
It was like
it
PTSD
felt like she was reliving.
for her.
Yes. That's what it felt like.
It did.
And listen, this is what it also felt like. I got the impression from what Wendy said was that she had good intentions. It felt like it seemed like what she was saying was, I wanted to set my husband free and let him know that he doesn't have to worry about making nothing. I can make all the money. He can just retire and chill. But that wasn't good enough for him, and it ended up causing a bunch of problems, which, by the way, I understand. I can get why, from a male perspective, my wife saying to me, hey, you don't have to work, I'll provide everything, might make some men feel like, you know what, I'm not sure I would like that. It would make me feel like less of a man, especially if you want to be a provider, if you like doing that. So I get that.
That is very true.
But I don't think it makes it universal. I don't think it makes it automatic.
It doesn't. And it also doesn't make her husband a punk.
That's true, too.
Because he's allowing her to do this.
Right.
I felt like Wendy was
like
kind of...
she was saying that, right?
She was saying that,
she was
too. It was almost like she
that.
was insinuating that, which makes me think that she probably thinks her man, or ended up thinking her man, was a punk.
Yes, she probably lost respect for him.
She lost respect. You could tell just
Very
by the way that she was talking.
Yes.
And she was putting that on Tabitha. But let me tell you, when Tabitha clapped back, the thing I love that she was saying, she was like, y'all, if you don't have God in your marriage... He's got to be first. He's got to be first, y'all. Matter of fact, Tabitha was whispering that whole time.
She was.
I just want to say that if you don't have God, and I don't know if she was saying Wendy didn't have God in her marriage.
Well, that's the thing, right? So everything she said, which is why I thought it was a masterful clapback, right?
Yeah.
It had the perfect level of plausible deniability.
John, I love that.
So if Wendy were to say, if Wendy were to say, "Oh, you said this," she said, "That's not really what I said." I actually never said that.
If people don't, if we didn't have God, you are so right.
Yes,
you're right.
So I felt it was a little bit passive aggressive, but I thought that was great.
Was a little bit, but I think
I thought that was great.
I think she needed to have that.
Yeah,
because. Because of the circumstances, just her being Wendy Williams and her being Tabitha, whatever.
Yes.
But I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Wendy's producers did her dirty.
I do too, April.
Because how you not going to tell her?
They should have
warned her, like, are you sure about this? They should have researched that because it wasn't what she thought.
Right.
It went. And then the fact that the audience, she has a following that's big. Did Wendy know that?
Right.
I'm not sure. Because she said, no matter of fact, I know she didn't, because she said, so I don't really know this lady. That's what she said.
She did say that.
She said, I don't really know her.
You don't know her?
I mean, but Wendy wouldn't know. Tabitha's
I guess
big,
not. That's
but
true.
she's not huge.
That's true.
She's
You're
not
right.
like a celebrity at that level.
Hold on.
But
she is now.
Honey, after that
After
seasoning.
this situation? No. After this situation with Wendy Williams?
And that seasoning she came out with.
The seasoning right after that? It was like the next week the seasoning came out.
Exactly. And
which is crazy.
And it sold out immediately.
So in like 10 minutes.
I do believe. But I want to talk about mental health, because I think this has to do with that. I think Wendy Williams had ended up, and I don't know if she had it before, but having some mental health issues there with that. Because, and what I mean, the way that I'm talking about the way.
You're
and
talking about the way
it
that
at that level.
Yes.
What am I? Did I mean to say that? Projecting, yes.
Yes.
Projecting that on
yes.
Tabitha at that level.
Yes.
Was like, and what I mean by mental health is very different levels. You don't have to be, needing medication.
Right.
But I think mental health, meaning her emotional stability was altered, was messed with because of that relationship. She was hurt, and hurt people. And after our break, I really want to talk about this because
hurt people do hurt people, babe.
Hurt people, babe.
Yeah.
Even if you understand what this person could end up going through. Let's say she said, well, I hope. I think she could have come at it, well, y'all, I hope that this doesn't happen, because with me, and then focus it on her.
She didn't even discuss that.
She
didn't make it like it was anything wrong. She sounded very confident about her relationship.
She did.
And she simply said, here's how we built our stuff, gave a little bit more information, and then said, people that don't have the Lord wouldn't understand this, basically.
but I'm saying Wendy should have just said, I see what she's doing, but let me tell you what I went through. Hope she doesn't go through that. She didn't do that.
She really didn't.
Because
which is a shame.
She's hurt. And so she was ready to
hurt. So we're going to talk about hurt people hurting people when we get back, but we're also going to do something fun.
All right.
We have a little something called rapid fire.
Okay.
We're going to do that when we get back. I'm going to do it to you. You will not be able to do it to me because you lost. Because
I lost
because you did not get the information right about 95 and 96. So you're just on the receiving end of this rapid fire.
Okay.
And then we'll do the word of the day.
All right.
Back with you in a second. Lance J Radio Network, John and April filling in today. What we're talking about now, I think, impacts intimacy.
I think so. I mean, this is little, but I think if this is a thing that happens often, and a person feels like you never like their hair, or the things that they wear. I mean, those are important. I think it will affect intimacy somewhere.
So to help people with their intimacy, we're actually going to do another free live event, Fire Up Your Sex Life Part 2 on Monday, August 30th at 8 p.m. And actually, we're going to give you some more information about exactly where you can go to get the information and all that kind of stuff at the end of the show today. But we do want to say this now, that April and I will be doing a Fire Up Your Sex Life event on Monday, August the 30th at 8 p.m. So go ahead and mark it in your calendars. Make sure you have it ready. It's a Monday evening. You should be totally free.
Folks
we want
got
to see
kids,
you there.
But you can,
folks got kids, but it's at 8 o'clock. It's late enough at night. You know what I'm saying, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we're gonna be doing, and I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be really good.
I am too. Yeah. It is. It's gonna be good.
You're listening to the Lance J Radio Network.
Paragon 7 Studios.
John and April, back from our commercial break. And we're excited to be filling in for Lance J once again. He's away, traveling, getting some other things done, living his life. And he asked us to fill in for him today. He is busy. And
we're glad to help out.
Glad we could help out today. So thank you, Lance, for this opportunity once again. We are Just John and April. And if you didn't watch that commercial just now, you can find us pretty much anywhere online if you just search Just John and April. In fact, we'll put it up on the screen for you right now. Here's our YouTube, our Facebook, and Instagram. Just John and April. Search that. You will find us. We actually have shows that we drop every Friday. It's a podcast episode. We also have Wednesday Night Live that we do at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's on YouTube and Facebook. And we'd love you to join us. Everything that we do is relationship related. And today we are talking about Tabitha and Wendy Williams, Tabitha Brown, Wendy Williams, their whole feud. And we decided to discuss whether or not she was projecting. We talked about that in the first segment. We talked about in the last segment whether or not this is a case of hurt people hurting people. And that could be what's going on here. But I want to start the segment with something fun.
Okay.
I want to do a thing called rapid fire. Now, rapid fire is where I am going to ask April, and by the way, she's supposed to be able to do this back to me, but she can't because she lost.
I lost
this little thing.
So it's on me to
trying to figure out whether or not the Yankees won in '96 or not. Of course, they did. The Braves won in '95. When the Yankees won in '96, they beat the Braves.
But we did win. We do have a win.
You do,
Look,
which is great.
There are teams with no wins.
There are teams with no
There
World
are
Series.
players
That's true.
who have no wins.
That's true.
No
championships. You mean?
They
all have wins.
Well, you know what I'm saying. They want the ring at the end, baby.
Of course,
you
that's
know
what
that.
you do it for.
That's
the whole
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah.
Look,
for the trophy, for the ring.
When they don't
whatever.
get the trophy, the ring, they're like, okay, we starting over the next year. Like they're not even thinking about
right.
those wins. What do you mean?
That's true.
What do you mean?
Just making sure you know that
they want
April's
championships.
But the point is, April's wearing a Yankees T-shirt,
I am.
tank top right now.
That's because
partially
I love
because you love me, and they're a superior team, and you are indeed a fan.
I am a fan.
Good.
I am a Yankees fan. I am.
Good. Okay, so rapid fire. Here's what I'm going to do.
Braves fan first. But
okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask April a series of questions very quickly. Mm-hmm. And the questions are related to things that I want her to answer, like, immediately. Okay?
Without thinking.
No thinking at all.
Okay.
Just answer quickly,
all
and
right.
we'll see what your answer is.
See, I have the pressure's on me because I lost. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. Would you rather have your grits sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Would you rather have your pizza hot or cold?
Hot.
Chicken wings, sweet or spicy?
Spicy.
Really? Mm-hmm. Fork in the road, left or right?
Right.
Cereal, soggy or crunchy?
Soggy.
Really? Oh my goodness. Netflix watch episode each week or rapid fire the whole thing at one time?
Definitely rapid fire the whole thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't rather come back week after week and just keep watching for like 10 weeks straight?
No. I'm going to binge.
Okay. Now, the funny thing is, that's all of them. Now, here's the funny thing. We've been married 20 years.
Yes. What did you not know in that list?
Right. So I've known you for longer than that. I met you when I was 14 years old.
Yes.
So I've known you since I was 14.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a long time here.
Okay.
It's almost been
And there's something
30
on
years
that list you didn't know?
I did not know you were going to say you'd rather have your cereal soggy than crunchy.
I do. I like it to sit for a minute and get a little soft.
Yeah.
That crunchy sometimes it's too much. Hurt the roof of your mouth and all that.
I mean, if it's Captain Crunch, yeah, that's true. But some of these other ones, it wouldn't bother you at all.
No, O's, honey. O's used to tear my mouth up.
Are you saying you want to eat soggy Raisin Bran, for instance?
I love soggy Raisin Bran. Oh, my goodness. It's so good.
First of all, I did not know that.
How did you not know that?
Had I known that before we got married, it wouldn't have made a difference. But still, I didn't know that.
That's a non-negotiable.
Now, I knew you liked your grit sweet instead of salty.
Yes.
Which was like, what? But you're from the South, so that's okay.
Accept it.
I have accepted it. I don't know if I accept the soggy cereal.
I even put cheddar cheese on my pancakes
now,
with
I thought that was
syrup, and I
thought that was nasty
crazy,
at first, but actually it was off the chain.
So y'all need to try that.
That tastes good.
It needs to be block cheddar cheese, and, and it would be nice if it was sharp because you want that.
You want it real salty
on your pancakes,
and like put it between the pancakes so it kind of melts a little bit. That's actually
y'all,
real
it's
good.
Delicious if you
cheddar
have not done
cheese in
that.
your pancakes. Try that,
good.
Anyway. Okay, babe.
Yes.
So, hurt people. Let's talk about that. You were talking about that for a second. Then we'll get into our word of the day.
Yeah.
Tell me what you mean by that when you say hurt people.
Well,
that's a saying, obviously. But what does it mean?
It is a saying, but I believe it means that when you have been hurt, extremely hurt,
yes.
You're quick to do that same thing to other people, to hurt them when they are either going through the same thing or going through something like it, or I don't know. Or you want someone to feel the hurt you felt. You know what I mean?
So where you might think that a person would notice somebody going through something they went through and would come to their rescue or try to help them. Instead, people that have been hurt tend to hurt people when they see things that are similar to what they were in. They want you to feel the same hurt they felt.
I don't know if that is, and again, that goes back to the mental health thing because I don't know if that's a mechanism. I don't know if that is a strategy used subconsciously to be able to deal with the fact that you are hearing this type of thing again. You're kind of being exposed to, or it's bringing out your hurt again. Here it is. I'm triggered. That's what I want to say.
Yes.
You've been triggered. And so because of that, it causes you to then respond in a negative way.
You know what? For me,
you know what I'm saying?
I do. But for me, it feels more like a misery loves company type thing.
That could be it too. That goes right along with it, though.
And I'm definitely not discounting what you said because I think what you're saying
that goes right along with it.
Sounds, but I also feel like if I've been through something and it's been negative for me, let's think about Wendy in this situation. Wendy Williams had a situation where her marriage did not last. It failed. And she seems to think it failed around this issue.
Right.
So it seems like the reason why it was so triggering for her was that She ended up losing her marriage because of a decision she made
That
that
was-
looked similar to the one that Tabitha was doing.
Exactly like what Tabitha was doing in her mind.
Yes. Now, my feeling is she almost wants to say, I lost my marriage because of it. And if you don't lose your marriage because of it, I might be salty.
Yes. That's it. Oh, my goodness. That's exactly what that was.
That's almost what it felt like.
It did. It was like, this is what I'm going to project upon you.
Yes.
Because I don't want yours to, because mine didn't.
Mine didn't, so it must not work for anybody. That's right. Yours shouldn't either. Right.
Because mine didn't.
That's the problem.
And some people feel like that, though. Some people have this feeling that because it didn't work out for them, it shouldn't work out for you. And that goes right back to the hurt people, goes back to the misery love company. That's all in the same vein, because it's like, because I did not, my experience did not turn out positive. Yours should not either, because it's not fair for yours to, and for mine to have not, because I know I went in with the right, she may have gone in with good intentions, because I went in with good intentions, I should be able to, get this.
It should have worked out for her.
This should be able to work out.
It should have worked out.
Yes,
but the fact
and
that
it shouldn't work out for anyone else.
Right.
Because it didn't work out for me.
Which is a shame.
It is. It's sad. But I think that really leads us to the word of the day.
I think so too. Word of the day. You chose this one, I think. I don't think it had anything to do with this word of the day.
No, you did not. I chose this one because I felt like it was good for this particular discussion.
Yes.
Okay. And I believe that I can actually call Wendy Williams this. Okay. So the word is impute.
Impute.
And I will say now, Wendy is an imputer.
Okay.
Based on this definition.
Okay. What's the definition?
Impute, ascribe to someone by virtue of a similar quality in another. Okay.
So we automatically put on you. Because I see this similar quality, I'm going to ascribe to you the same thing.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, are you an imputer? Did Wendy become, or is she an imputer in that situation? And are we imputers in certain situations where we've had bad experiences in our lives and someone else goes through something that sounds similar? It triggers. We then put on them what we have gone through. We become imputers. And then we also go into this attitude that Wendy went into, it seemed like it, which was, because it didn't work out for me, it shouldn't work for you.
Right.
That's a whole thing.
And that's a problem.
When I just said it in that way, that's a whole thing, and it's not good.
I agree. We got to do better with that.
We do. We have to do better.
We can't be putting our stuff on other people, man. Projecting on them
can't.
Things that are going on in our own life.
And matter of fact, we have to have a different attitude. Our attitude really should be that when you see someone going through something like that, you should hope and pray that they don't deal with it the way you did.
Right.
And matter of fact, it would be pick up the phone and say, hey, let me tell you what I went through.
You don't want to do this because here's what happened to me. So let me tell you what to avoid. If you really care. But, Wendy don't be caring. Don't. I mean, and she's an entertainer. This is what she does. Right. Her whole thing is on gossip, So, anyway. Either way, bottom line is we hope this show helped you today. And thank you, Lance, for letting us have this opportunity to fill in for you today. Yes. We wish you guys all the best.
And don't be imputers.
No. See y'all next time.
All right.